Hello, completed The Last of Us and want to tell about it. It is a wonderful adventure from Naughty Dog Company, developers of Uncharted, that has no equal even after a year of its release. Keep in mind that the game is not a clone of Uncharted. The only thing they have in common is an immense work and an incredible talent of developers. Dialogues, locations, characters, gameplay and everything else are amazing. From the point of view of the story, it is probably the most interesting game on PlayStation 3. So, what is the game about? A parasitic fungus Cordyceps, it actually exists, mutated and began to infect humans. Infection fastly deprives humans of consciousness, turns them into disease carriers, makes aggressive and carnivorous towards people. The fact that fungus spores distribute by air resulted in the beginning of apocalypse. The game takes place 20 years after it. People live in quarantine zones protected by military. But it's not safe even in quarantine zones. Infected occur in basements, food and supplies are scarce, smugglers, rebels and bandits rose. The main hero of The Last of Us is Joel. He is a rather old smuggler that, in a post-apocalyptic situation, instead of hiding in a hole, takes from life everything he needs. He is like an average man, not particularly strong or agile. Keep in mind his age. Shoots badly, but difficult life hardened Joel, made him brutal and die hard, what helps him through the game. The matter of the game is that Joel took a simple mission. He had to deliver the teenager girl Ellie from point A to point B for a huge reward. But it went out badly, and a simple mission ended in the many months journey through half a country with Ellie as an abuse. During the journey, Joel and Ellie will meet a few good people, but mostly will encounter infected and bandits. It would be a mistake to consider The Last of Us as a movie in a game in which you can do nothing. Of course, the game has many cutscenes, but the core is the gameplay. The gameplay is a balance between fighting enemies and searching for equipment. Both are made as they must be made. Equipment includes weapons, ammunition and supplies. The latter are needed to craft medkits, bombs, custom-made knives and others. Some supplies will be necessary to upgrade weapons and certain skills of Joel. Fighting enemies reminds the stealth from Metal Gear Solid. Enemies will always surpass you with number and sometimes firepower. Thus, the preferable option is to take them down one by one. Certainly, you may open fire the moment you see enemies, but it will lead to surrounding, and the lack of ammunition and Joel's bad shooting will lead to death. Only at the end of the game Joel will gather enough ammunition to shoot on sight, but until then you must be very careful. I must say that stealth action is not as sophisticated as in Metal Gear Solid 4, but no less interesting. Joel can do everything an average man can: hide, distract attention, quietly slit the throat, and so on, but no more. Due to that, the gameplay is much closer to reality than in most stealth actions. The Last of Us is one of the best games on PlayStation 3 and 4, by which adventure games will be measured for years even on PlayStation 4. Very few can reach this level of recreating atmosphere of apocalypse and despair. The game is longer than any Uncharted, has big potential for a replay, and contains a multiplayer. In my opinion, every owner of the Sony console must have The Last of Us, and those who consider buying a console should choose exactly PlayStation to play this game. If you want to get a wider view of the game, you may watch an hour-long fragment of gameplay available on my channel. See you later!